Now you see the meaning of frequency polygon. If we mark the midpoints of the top horizontal sides of a rectangle, midpoints of the top horizontal sides of the rectangle in a histogram. That means first you have to draw the histogram, and then you have to mark the midpoint of the top of the horizontal side, of the rectangle in a histogram, and join them by a straight line. Then you join those points by a straight line. The figure so formed, the figure or the graph so formed is called as frequency polygon, as already shown in the previous problem. This is done under the assumption that the frequencies in a class interval are evenly distributed. Evenly distributed means they are at the more or less in the same range. That is called as evenly distributed throughout the class. Okay. The area of polygon is equal to the area of the histogram. The area of polygon is equal to the histogram. It is exactly equal to the histogram. Whatever area you represent in the histogram, the same area comes under the polygon also. Because the area left outside is just equal to the area included in it. Some area we leave and some area we cover. Okay, so it is called as the histogram area is equal to area under polygon. You see one example. The same example I have taken here for the polygon. Here are the values. Then this is the graph. Okay, two students are here. X values 140, 150, 60, 70, 90. Then you see here how I mark the value. The first value must be plotted 140 to 150. 140 to 150 value must be plotted in between these two, not at the any one side. You see here, first I will plot. 5 is the value. 5 I plotted here. In between 4 and 5 comes here. This is the 5 plotted in between 150 and 140 at exactly center point. Center point you have to put. Then next value is, that is 15. 15 comes here. In between 14 and 15 comes. This 15 is plotted exactly in between 151 and 160. Like that you have to plot the values or frequencies. Next it is 20. 20 is plotted in between 160 and 170. You see here. And next is 10. 10 is plotted in between 170 and 180, not at the any one end. And last is 2. 2 is plotted in between 180 and 190, in between 2. Okay. In the histogram, it is exactly transparent or clear. You can see it clearly. But if you draw the polygon directly, you have to draw a straight line. A straight line from the midpoint of the before this area, that is 130. Before this 130. From 132, you have to draw in between from this to this point, you have to draw the straight line, not the free hand line. Okay, you see here. This is the line. This is the line drawn from the point to one point to another point. Like this, you have to draw the line. Like that, you have to join the points. You join the points and show the graph. This is called as frequency polygon. Okay. Next, we will see the frequency curve. Frequency curve. What is frequency curve? There is a slight difference between the frequency curve and frequency polygon. In the frequency curve, we draw a freehand line. Freehand line instead of straight line. Freehand line is used to draw the frequency curve. So, if the midpoint of the upper borders of the rectangle of the histogram's midpoint of the upper area is covered or connected by the smooth freehand curve. Then the diagram is called as frequency curve. Okay, this is the meaning of frequency curve. Frequency curve means if the midpoints of the upper borders of the histogram of the frequency of the rectangle of a histogram is connected by the smooth freehand curve. By your hand, you have to join the points and draw the graph. That is called as frequency curve. Okay, the curve should begin and end at the baseline. You have to start from the x-axis and end with the x-axis. This is the point you remember. This is the problem I have taken for your solution. Monthly wage and number of families. Monthly wage of the workers and number of families is taken. The workers who are having less than 1,000, 0 to 1,000 rupee wage, 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 3,000, 3,000, 4,000, 4,000, 5,000, like that. This is the wage and number of families coming under the each class is given for you people, and they ask to draw the curve. You see the curve. This is frequency polygon. Area is taken like this. X-axis, y-axis. This is for your convenience purpose. I have taken the values here only. And y-axis maximum frequency 74. In the y-axis you have to cover maximum 74. So I will take the multiple of 5. 5, 10 like this. I will take 75. Maximum 74. In the multiple of 5, 75 is the highest value. It will cover in the y-axis. In the x-axis you write the wages. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 8,000. And 21 is to be plotted in the middle of 0 to 1,000 here. And 35 is to be plotted in the middle of 1,000 and 2,000 here. And the next 56 is to be plotted in the middle of 2,000 and 3,000. Okay, here. And next is 74 is to be plotted in the middle of 3,000 and 4,000. And 63 is to be plotted in the middle of 4,000 and 5,000. Then 29 is to be plotted in the middle of 6,000, 7,000. Okay. And last 14 is to be plotted in the middle of 7,000, 8,000. Like this, you plot the points, then draw the graph from this point to this point. You see here. Take a pencil start from the 0. You start from the x-axis 0 to first point to second point. Like this, you move. Like this, you move. Okay. So here once again. Take the pencil, start from 0. 0 to first point to second point to third point to fourth point to fifth point to sixth point to seven to 8 point. And you have to touch at 8,000 exactly. This is the graph. In this way, you have to prepare the graph. Okay. This is called as frequency curve. Frequency curve. First is histogram, second is frequency polygon, third is frequency curve, and fourth is argue. What is argue curve? For a set of observations, we know how to construct a frequency distribution. In some cases, we may require the number of observations less than a given value or more than a given value. In some cases, we would like to know the values less than the number of observations less than the given value, or the number of observations more than the given value. If you want to know and if you want to identify the more than observations or less than observations within the given values, at that time the argue curves are used to represent the statistical data. So it is obtained by accumulating the frequencies. It is obtained by accumulating. Accumulating means adding the frequency up to the required level or required up to the given value. We add the values, frequency value up to the required value and ascertain the frequencies coming under less than or more than. This accumulated frequency is called as frequency. Accumulated frequency. Whatever accumulated frequencies we calculate, that is called as cumulative frequency. That is called as cumulative frequency. And these cumulative frequencies are then listed in the table. We list all the cumulative frequencies in a table, and that table is called as cumulative frequency table. Cumulative frequency table. Okay. And this cumulative frequency tables, on the basis of cumulative frequency table, we draw the graph. That graph is called as argue curve. Argues. Okay. Argues. And with the help of this argue, we calculate median. Median is calculated on the basis of this. You remember two things. Mode is calculated with the help of histogram, and median is calculated with the help of argue curve. Okay. And there are two types of argue. One is less than argue, another is more than argue. Less than argue is calculated with the help of less than cumulative frequency, and more than argue is calculated with the help of more than cumulative frequencies. Okay. You see here, I will take one example to calculate the cumulative frequency. How to calculate the cumulative frequency? You see here, daily wages and number of workers. I have taken one example. Daily wage up 0 to 50. 0 to 50 means the workers who are not having any wage, and maximum wage of 50. Up to 50 weekly wage, daily wage, there are 8 workers. There are 8 members who are having 50 rupees or less than 50 or 0. And 50 to 100, there are 16 workers. 100 to 150, 27 workers. 150 to 200, 19 workers. 200 to 250, 10 workers. 250 to 300, 6 workers. This is the limits. Okay. It is nothing but 150 to 200 rupee. Daily wage workers are 19. Remember this. This is the frequency, means number of workers. It is the daily wage. Okay. 50 means it may be 50, 40, 30 like that. Okay. 0. 50 to 100 means 50 may be the minimum, maximum 100. In between that, it may be 75, 60, 30, 85 like that. Then how to calculate the cumulative frequency, I will tell you. I will take the example, the same example. You see here how to calculate less than frequency. Less than frequency. Daily wage, number of workers. I'll simply tell you the sequence of calculation, and in the next example, I'll give you the clue for calculation. Daily wage. Okay. For less than frequency, you have to take the upper limit value. Upper limit value. That means less than 50. These 8 members' wage is less than 50. Am I right? You see here, 8 workers are there. Earning is up to rupees 50, 0 to 50. It is nothing but 8 workers earning is less than 50 rupees. Sorry, less than 50. 8 workers. I'll plot like this. Less than 50 wage earners are only 8. This is the simple one. Then how many workers earns less than 100 rupees? How many workers earns less than 100? Earning should be less than 100. Less than 100 means these 8 members are earning is less than 50 and these 16 are earning less than 100, up to 100. Therefore, less than 100 means the above 2. The above 2, 8 plus 16. 8 plus 16 means 24 workers earning is less than 100. And what is the earning less than 150? 150 earning means up to this. 8 workers earning is less than 150. 16 workers earning is less than 150 and 27 workers is earning is less than 150. Therefore, total of the 3, these total 3 is equal to 51. Okay. Then workers earning less than 250. 250 less than, sorry, 200, less than 200. Less than 200 means 19, 27, 16, 8. These all workers earning is less than 200. Sorry, 200. And less than 250. How many workers earning is less than 250? 10, 19, 27, 16, 8. All these workers earning is less than 250. Therefore, 80 workers earning is less than 250. And what is the earning less than 300? How many workers are there? Earnings is less than 300. 86 workers earning is less than 300. Okay, like this you have to calculate. You take the first and add 1 by 1 in these values. 8 plus, first you take 8, it is base. And in this 8 you add the second, you will get the second value. In this 24 you add the third value, you will get the third value. And in the answer, you add the fourth value, you will get the fourth cumulative value. And in the fourth, you add the fifth, you will get the fifth cumulative value. And you add the sixth value in the total, you will get the sixth cumulative value. This is the way of less than cumulative table. And next, I will show you the more than cumulative. What is more than cumulative frequency? More than earning. In case of more than earning, you have to take the lower limit as the base. In the less than frequency, upper limit is considered as base. And in the more than cumulative, you have to consider the lower limit of the base value. Okay. My question is, how many workers earning is more than 0 rupee? How many workers earning is more than 0 rupee? More than 0 means more than 0. More than 0 means they are the earning people. They are the earning people. Earning peoples. How many earning peoples are there in the problem? All these peoples are earning peoples. Okay. Therefore, total is 86. 86 peoples are earning is more than 86. 86 workers earning is more than 0. 0 means they are all earning people. Then second question is, what is the earning of workers earning is more than 50? More than 50 means out of 86 workers, total workers, 8 workers earning is less than 50. Therefore, you deduct it 8. You deduct the 8, you will get the second one, 76. And workers earning more than 100 is, you deduct the above 2, 52. Then if you want to know the earning more than 150, you deduct the above values. Then more than 100, 200, 16, more than 256 workers. This is more than. In case of more than, you have to take the lower limit value of lower limit of the class, and in case of less than frequency, upper limit of the class is to be considered. These are the 2 points you consider in calculation of upper limit cumulatives. And in the second case, you start from the last. In calculation of less than frequency, you start from the top, and in case of this lower limit, you start from the below. More than frequency starts from below. You take 6. 6 plus 10, 16. 16 plus 19, 35. 35 plus 27, 52. 52 plus 16, 78. 78 plus 8, 86. Like that, reverse you come. It is easy. Okay. Then we will see the what is less than and what is more. What is less than arguable? In the less than argue method, we start with the upper limit of the class. Start with the upper limit of the class and go on adding the frequencies. We go on adding the frequency. Then these frequencies are plotted and we get a raising curve. These values or these frequencies are plotted and the curve is upward curve. Upward curve or raising curve. And in case of more than frequency method, we start with the lower limit. We start with the lower limit of the class, and from the total frequencies, we subtract it. We subtract the remaining frequencies. By adding, we calculate less than frequency. By subtracting, we calculate the more than frequency curve. And in the more than frequency curve, the frequency values are plotted in the graph, and the graph is declining curve. Declining curve. And these two curves are useful for calculation of median. Median is calculated on the basis of argue curve. How to calculate the argue curve? You see here. With the help of only less than frequency, you draw the less than frequency curve, and median is equal to n divided by 2th item. N is total 86. 86 divided by 2 is 43rd item. 43rd item is called as median. This is to be identified in the graph. I will show in the graph itself. Okay. With the help of this, I will show the less than frequency curve. Less than frequency curve. You see this. This is the less than frequency curve. Less than argue curve. X-axis wages in rupees. Y-axis number of workers. That is frequency. Y-axis is the frequency, number of workers. Okay, x-axis, y-axis, values. These are the values. 85, 90 values I taken. How I taken these 90 values? These 90 values are taken on the basis of total frequency. Highest frequency here is 86. In the cumulative frequency, I calculated the cumulative values. On the basis of these cumulative values, I taken 90 value as the highest. 90 value as the highest. Okay. And in the x-axis, you write the frequencies 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. You write in the x-axis. Okay. Up to 350 I have taken. Clear. And now you mark the values in the graph. 8 comes here. 8. Next is 25. Sorry, 24 is the value. Next 51. Then 70. Then 80. 86. This is the value. And these values are to be plotted at the end value. 50 is the value, not in the middle. In the first two graphs, histogram frequency polygon and frequency curve. The value is recorded at the mid value is recorded, but in the frequency polygon curve, value is recorded at the edge, end value. It is called as end value at 50. Okay, 50 is the value. Like this, we have to put the points. Then you join with the freehand line. These points you join with the freehand curve. Okay, I'll put the line here. This is the line I drawn. Like this, you draw this line. This line is called as less than arguable curve. With the help of this arguable curve, you can calculate median. How to calculate median? Median is calculated on the basis of this value. The total value of is n is 86. 86 divided by 2, that is 43. Already I calculated in the previous slide. 86 divided by 2 is equal to 43. 43 in the y-axis comes here. Here is the 43. You draw a horizontal line from this to the graph line to that curve. Up to the curve, you draw a horizontal line from this point. Like this. You draw one line from this to graph line. One line, 43. And from this point to the down, perpendicular to x-axis, you draw another line from this point. Like this. Okay. And where this point touches the x-axis, that value is called as median. That value is called as median. So its value is 137.5. 137.5 means 100 and 150 middle. 150 middle, 125, and that is near to 150. Therefore, I consider it as 137.5. Okay. In this way, calculate the median. Only one less than curve. Less than arguable. Okay, this is possible. Before this, you have to calculate the nth item. Nth item is equal to n divided by median is equal to nth item. N divided by 2 is equal to 43. This 43 is to be calculated well in advance. This is called as arguable curve, less than arguable curve. More than arguable curve. X-axis, y is in rupees. Y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to number of workers. Okay. This is the graph taken here. These are the values. Okay. These values we have to put in the graph. Less than, more than 0, 86. 0 at the point of 0, 86 is the value. Put at the 0 level 86, then 50 level 78, then 100 level 52, then 150 level 35, then 200 level 16, and 250 level 6. This is more than frequency curve. More than. Okay. Then you draw the graph. This is called as arguable curve. Arguable curve. It is more than arguable. More than arguable. This is the second one. In this example, I'll tell you how to calculate median in the arguable curve. Okay. First, we have to prepare less than arguable, and next you have to prepare more than arguable, and then you calculate median. Okay. The same example already explained, I'll take and explain the median. Arguable curve, the same areas, x-axis, y-axis, and I have taken the wages less than 50 and up to less than 300. Workers are cumulative values. Workers are cumulative values. And highest value is 86. Okay. 86 is the highest value in the cumulative frequency. And you have to fix that 86 value in the y-axis maximum. Based on that 86 value, you have to take the x-axis values. That means I will take the multiple of 5. That will possible to fix in the graph. Okay. So 5, multiple of 5. These are the multiple of 5. Last value is 90. Up to 90 I have taken in the y-axis frequencies. Okay. And in the x-axis I'll write the workers' wage. Workers' wage. X-axis I'll write the workers' wage. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. Okay, less than 300. And 8 is recorded. At the end value you have to record. In the argue, at the end value you have to record. In the argue less than curve, at the end, at the maximum. Okay, you see here, it is less than 50. 8 is the highest value. You have to mention at the end value, 50. 50 at the 50 x value, you have to put the frequency. 8 is the frequency. That 8 frequency comes here. Okay, 8 in the 50 line. And in the 100 line, 24. 24 comes here. And in 150 line, in the 150 column, the number is 51. It comes here. At the 200 column, 70. 200 column, it is 70. It comes here. And 250 comes at the 80. It is 80. Okay. And at the 300, it is 86. 86 comes here. Okay. Like this, you mark the values at the given values. Only difference is in the argue, values are to be mentioned at their own values, not in the middle. Now you draw the curve. I'll show the curve by hand and then with the help of graph, I'll put the graph. From 0 point. It is starting from 0. So I start from the 0. 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 150, 150 to 250, 250 to 300. This is the less than argue curve. Okay. This is less than argue curve. And you see the same with the help of line. I will make this line. This is the line. In this way, the line you have to draw. Okay. This is the line. This is the less than argue. Then you draw more than argue. Okay. I'll take the values of more than daily workers wages. More than 0, 86 workers. 86 workers earning is more than 0 means it may be 10, 20, 30, 40 like that. Okay. And 86 is to be marked at 0. 86 is to be marked at 0. X value 0. Y value 86 comes here. You see here 86. I will mark here 86. Then next value is 78. 78 comes here. 78. Then third value is 52. 52 comes here. 52. Then 52, next 35. 35 comes here. 35. Next is 16. You see the graph and 16 you put here. The 16 comes here. Okay, 16 comes here. Then 6. 6 is there, 250. It comes here. 6. This is the more than frequencies. And I'll draw the curve. By hand, I'll show the curve first. Sorry. From the 0 point, first point to, I'll start like this. Draw the curve. Okay. This we must reach at 300. Maximum 300 is there. Okay. Like this, you draw the curve. Systematically. This is the curve. Okay, this is the more than curve and this is the less than curve. And if you want to calculate median, you draw one perpendicular line from the point of intersection of these two lines. Okay, which will touch the x-axis. You see here, from this point, I'll draw one line. Okay, this is the line drawn. Perpendicular line from the two intersecting lines. And where this line touches, that is the value of median. In between 100 to 150. Middle is to 125. But it is in between 125 and 150. And I think it is 137 nearly. Okay, 137 point nearly, I consider that as a median. In this way, you have to calculate median. Therefore, median is equal to 137.5. Okay. Whenever they ask to calculate median, you draw the less than curve and more than curve, cumulative. Then draw one perpendicular line from the point of intersection to the point of x-axis. And where that perpendicular line touches the x-axis, that is the value of median. Okay. This is the theory part in connection with the graphs and